everybody. So before we get into the videos of 20 to 25 big blind effective stacks having to deal with 3-betting in the hyper turbos, I wanted to introduce you guys to something new that we're going to be doing on HUSNG.com when referring to my videos. And as you can see, how do you like them apples? Insane hand of the week. Obviously a Matt Damon reference, not exactly Rounders, but you know, Good Will Hunting, just as good. And just a big Matt Damon fan. So as you see here, what we're going to be doing is having a crazy hand that you guys have on your own when you guys are grinding. If you run into a very cool hand, I want you to send it to my email, and at the end of the week I'm going to pick out one of those hands that I think is the craziest hand to post at the beginning of one of my next videos, the following video to this. If you are chosen and you do have the craziest hand, you will receive a 30-minute free coaching session with me. And obviously that's something that I think is pretty cool. Obviously one entry per player. Winner will be announced on HUSNG.com. And like I said before, the hand will be shown in the following video. And it's kind of a theme we're going to be doing. You know, I feel like it would be cool just to see a really cool hand instead of just, you know, jumping right into the videos. Kind of get you a little excited, and then, you know, just kind of learn something new every time as well. So I think overall it'll be pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get on to the material. Alright guys, so as you see here, we have our first insane hand of the week, and I just kind of snatched this one out of a hand history just to get things started with. And this hand isn't outrageous, but at the same time it's something that, you know, kind of sets the trend here. And I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of emails from you guys, and would probably be a little more wild than this hand, but at the same time I still think this is kind of fun, and definitely being on the receiving end of it makes it even more interesting. So as you see here, 25 big blind effective stacks against a readless opponent, and this guy just seems to be a little aggressive pre-flop. First hand, it makes it 80. Even though he makes it 80 here, I still think this is an easy 3-bet shove. He could have a lot of lower ace-X's in his range, and I just think that flatting here is bad and folding here is even worse. So I like 3-bet shoving readless. And we shove and he calls. And the flop is ace 8-7, 9, and the 6 on the river, and he had pocket 8s, and that's pretty nasty right there. I feel like on that flop we're not in good shape at all, and we get to run a runner to steal the pot away on the river, and we get to, you know, reap the benefits of the win. Hope you guys enjoyed that hand, and now let's get back to the 20 to 25 big blind effective stacks, dealing with 3-betting in the hyper turbos. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's P Bogues here once again, bringing you yet another video for HUSNG.com. As you see here by my PowerPoint, I'm going to be mixing it up a little bit this time around. Usually I am known as a turbos guy, and for years I've played them and found some good success playing those as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. And I'm not saying I won't be doing any more turbos, I'm just saying that now I'm going to be dabbling in some hyper turbo action as well. For the past few months I've been studying really hard on these hyper turbos and got really good at them and climbing my way up the stakes as well, just like I did with the turbos. And now I feel very confident that I can teach you guys something as well. Not only am I going to be making videos with hyper turbos, but I'm also going to be coaching hyper turbos from now on as well. For all you players that are playing the turbos and reg speed, and that want to kind of see if they got what it takes to play the hypers now as well. I feel like if there's somebody like for me, example, when I kind of, you know, transitioned from turbos to hypers, it was a little bit difficult at times, because the people that helped me learn the hypers didn't really understand how the turbos were played. So sometimes, you know, it's a little bit different based off the transitions. For example, in turbos, you don't necessarily have to shove as wide in late game, and you don't have to be so aggressive in the earliest stages of a game. You have some time to kind of settle down, understand your opponent, get some reads, and then base off your actions off of those kind of situations. With hyper turbos, you don't really have that much time. So when I was learning, it was a little bit difficult because they just couldn't relate to me. Obviously, for the guys who play hypers that are watching this, I hope you enjoy the material, and I'm sure you can learn a few things as well. But for the people who are playing the turbos and the reg speeds that want to kind of jump into the hypers, but are still a little bit afraid, still a little bit on the fence, I feel like I could definitely be that person to kind of guide you guys, because I understand how it is to, you know, relate from playing the turbos for a long time and now having to transition to hypers. I think it's a plus. I really do. I think it makes the transition easier. I think it makes the you be able to kind of remember material, and for me to deliver it in a certain way that will help you remember it even better. So when you're playing in game, it will kind of stick a little bit faster than it would for somebody who doesn't really understand where you're coming from. It's the relatable factor. The fact that I can relate to how you guys once played makes it easier overall, in my opinion. So off of that topic, so let's kind of go into what this video is going to be about. This video is going to be obviously hyper turbos, and we're going to be talking about the 20 to 25 big blind effective stacks. Now this is kind of the end game for you turbo guys. This is where you kind of have to switch your strategy quite a bit based off of how your opponent is playing. And in hypers, this is where you begin. So it's kind of just completely opposite. The main thing I want to talk about here is 3-betting ranges. Now, once you get below 20 big blinds effective stacks in hypers, people tend to not 3-bet bluff as much as they would non-all-in. Usually under 19 big blinds, people tend to start shoving more, both with, you know, ranges that are value orientated and then ranges that are bluffs. And that doesn't, you know, get away from the fact that there still are some people that will 3-bet bluff lower than 20 big blinds, but it's just not as frequent as you would think. So I think something to kind of keen on here is is to focus on the blind levels where you can still 3-bet bluff. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bunch of hand histories and I'm going to go over hands, and what I'm going to do with those hands is I'm going to go over how you would play them versus an opponent who is readless. Now this readless opponent could be a recreational player. This opponent could be a reg, or for all you know, this readless opponent can be what it is, completely readless. You don't know anything about him. Now, if you know that the person you're playing is a reg, well, there's certain things that he already knows. The reason we call these people regs is because they've learned, they've studied the game. They understand a lot of things about the game, about how strategy works, meta game, game flow, all that hoopla. Now, there are different levels of regs. There's bad regs, there's good regs, there's great regs, and then there's the elite regs. But there are different ways we play these kind of opponents based off what kind of hands that we have, and that's going to be my goal in this video, is to basically just help you guys have a great understanding of what hands you can 3-bet shove with versus a reg or readless play or recreational player, what hands that we should 3-bet not all in with, what sizings we should use, because that's another thing in hypers where the sizings are a little bit different. So many people in the turbos and the reg speeds are so used to, you know, let me do my 3x 3-bet raise. Well, that's not really going to fly in these hypers, and that's another thing that we can talk about. And I'm just going to go for a few hands, and basically the main ones where you want to kind of understand how important they are when talking about doing this versus a readless recreational or a reg that you know you have tons of notes on, that you understand that he's a pretty good player, and so on and so forth. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will get into those hand histories in a second here, and I just wanted to allow myself to tell you guys that it's been fun working with you turbo guys, and I hope you guys kind of, you know, follow my hypers as well. And to all you new hyper guys, you know, I hope you guys enjoy my footage, and good luck.